And I feel that now is a great time to have you on the podcast because there's so much to discuss about the future. But can we start by being a bit reflective about the big number that's happening in Mexico? 400 races. I mean, that's insane.
It is. It is. I think 400, even though I think now the calendar is a little bit longer and you accumulate 24 every year, not like in the past. But yeah, taking account that I've been 2 years out, 2019 and 2020, to reach 400 now is a big number. And, it's a way of demonstrate my passion for the sport and for Formula One.
How proud are you of that number?
Not proud. I mean, it doesn't mean too much for me right now because you are racing and you are focused on the next weekend. But knowing that no one reached that number in the past and maybe someone does in the future, but not many, let's say, a group of 5 or 10 maximum. As I said, it just demonstrates my love for racing, for Formula One, how much I enjoy this lifestyle as well, motor racing in general, and even if traveling is demanding, racing is just paying off all the sacrifices.
What would the 19-year-old Fernando Alonso, the guy that lined up in Melbourne 2001 in that Minardi, what would he make of this moment? I'm
not sure. I think that guy, 2001, I was not really thinking too much in the future. I was just a driver that was the dream was coming alive, driving for Formula One, the first race, and I would say that I didn't have a clear roadmap into my career. I didn't know exactly what was the next race, what will be my next team. I was just very, I was improvising. Every weekend was a new adventure. What I would say that when I won the championship in 2006 and then I joined McLaren, I had a 3 years contract, 2007, 8, and 9, and I was 99% sure that 2009 will be my last Formula One season. That was my plan, very clear plan in my head. I won the championship in 2005, won the championship in 6, joined McLaren for 3 years, and that was my last contract in my head.
Why?
Also,
what were you going to do?
I don't know. Maybe when I signed that contract, and it was also a 3 years contract. So in my head at that time, it was like a long-term contract, and okay, 3 years will feel maybe long, but this is the last. I've already fulfilled my dream. I won the championship 2 times. This is beyond my wildest imagination. To be a Formula One champion. So what else can I do here? So I signed this contract with McLaren. Hope to win more championships. Hope to win more races. But after Formula One, there are a different life outside, and even not so much about motor racing. I was thinking, I will have my family. I will do normal things, normal days. And then, so referring to your question, I don't think that the 19-year-old Minardi 2001 Fernando will think something strange about the 400 Grand Prix because I was not thinking too much in the future. But at 2007, for sure, this will be a surprise.
It seems then that your relationship with Formula One has evolved as you've gone along. And at what point did you start thinking longer term?
It did evolve, yes. I learned things. I accepted things which I didn't at some points in my career. I have a sense of justice and a sense of fairness that you have to disconnect if you are in Formula One. There are no fairness here. There are no justice sometimes. And you have to just deal with the unique things in this sport. There are a lot of politics, there are a lot of interest, there are some decisions that, maybe are not so much in the sportive side, it has some different background on those, and you have to accept it if you want. If you would like to be part of the circus, you have to accept certain things. If not, you find another category, which is exactly what I did in 2018. I was not happy with myself. I was not enjoying Formula One at that moment, not only on track, also off track. The domination of Mercedes. It was just, I don't know. I felt, okay, this is time. And I still love motorsport. I still love driving cars. So let's try the Indy 500, the Le Mans, all these kind of things. And then I came back to F1, enjoying more F1, not because F1 did change too much. It's because, again, I accepted things that Formula One has, and you take it or you leave it.
So it was that 2-year break when you learned to accept Formula One for what it is?
Yes. Yeah, I would say
Wasn't
yes.
earlier than that?
Earlier, I had few years that I was enjoying Formula One just because the team was giving me that enjoyment and that satisfaction of being a Formula One driver. The years at Ferrari, I did enjoy. Despite the results, I was fighting for championships. I won few races. I was enjoying Italy, the Tifosi, being a Ferrari driver. So those years were, a happy place for me. Then I joined McLaren. It was the Honda era. We had problems, performance. We had problems with the power unit, all the things we know. But I was enjoying because my love for Japan, the connection of McLaren Honda, which was a little bit the inspiration that my father had to build my first go-kart, that it was a replica of the Senna Prost Formula One at that time. So I was enjoying that time. And then 2017, 2018, I was just not enjoying so much, and I decided to stop.
I did want to ask you about that second stint at McLaren and the relationship with Ron Dennis, because, as you said, it was a 3-year deal at McLaren first time around, came to an end after 1 year. How was it getting back into bed, so to speak, with Ron?
It was okay. Initially, when I left Ferrari and joined McLaren, Ron was not part of the organization. I was dealing always with Martin and with Honda directly. So Ron was not there. Arrived like 2 months before the season started, or in November before 2015. So November 2014. So yeah, I was a little bit curious. I was a little bit scared, of how the relationship will be the first time that I meet Ron, that now he joined the team 2 months after I signed, that I will join the team, So I didn't know that when I signed for McLaren. But no, he was very open. We had a conversation the first time, a little bit, not laughing, but, taking a little bit out of, the stress of the previous relationship. And Ron, in a way, he's a competitor, and he's a man that doesn't want to lose, and he will do anything to win a race. So, in a way, I was happy, to have, determination for the McLaren Honda project. Then, obviously, he had other businesses inside, and he had other things, not only the sportive side, and I think it didn't work well for any of us.